Deviled eggs, I love deviled eggs. Yeah, that's true.
For all you people just get in here, I have to turn the volume down on my phone now because it's going to start blowing up. Because I have, like, told y'all. Oh.
It's still 90 degrees up there right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay, now I'm all y'all. Sorry. Still don't. There. Paw. S. People I should call off by name. Dogging this Sasquatch. Come on. What do you want to talk about? Oh, you just want to talk to each other. We can do that. Or whatever. It's still vibrating. Y'all leave my stinking squirrels alone. Hey, Rob. It's over here on airplane mode. No, I just combed my hair and didn't wear a hat all day. Don't clean up half bad. That's what I've been told. Done it though? It's my phone was completely quiet. I said I'd do the after show, and then there it went. I got, I don't know, 14 or 15 hearts last time I started trying to do this. The same two guys are on there now. So, it seemed prudent to make it go away. You do it all right, Dasher? Oh, Dash. What'd Jim do to you? Never name your kid Jim spelt like that because people are going to beat him up all the time. Hey, Beckwoods.
And why would he ask you?
Because I put the phone on airplane mode because as soon as I went live, the phone started blowing up. Because it's those guys laughing at me for staring at my phone. So I just put it on airplane.
You hurt Chipper's feelings.
I'm sorry, Chipper. You okay? You need a cookie? You want a chocolate chip cookie? I'm sorry, that's not fun. I'm carrying it down the road. Just smelt them. What? Who's what?
Backward. I would say, hey, early in the morning.
Oh, Gun's gonna go to sleep. Yeah, did you take something for that bat first? Hercules? You know, Hercules is a real place, and they like have tractors, and you can like, and they have buckets, and you can pick heavy stuff up. No, Mrs. West didn't make cookies. I was just gonna tell her where the 7-Eleven was. Uh-oh. Oh, wow. Trey, I'm glad you're liking the little knife. That's what I'm here for. Anything I can do to help you guys. Except for building your barn and stuff like that. I can come watch. If you need somebody to sit in the shade and drink iced tea, I am your man. You can do that. I'm a excellent tea drinker. All right. Thank you, Bruce. Be good. Don't let her work you too hard, man. Make up some excuse like, I don't know, say, but I've had a hard week and all the people were picking on me and or something. I see. I don't want to take this sticker off this hat because if I do, I'll start wearing it. It's still got the cardboard in it. But I also have this thing, if somebody gives me something, I use it.
Yeah, right. I want to live another day.
Who said it? Yes, I have supervising skills. I'm very good at delegating too. I'm like, you can do this, you can do that, you can do that, and you're always responsible for getting it done right. I will check back with y'all again later. And by later, I mean at 5 o'clock. If it's not done, it's your butt because I put you in charge. Make yourself available, like via phone or whatever, in case they need to call and say, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. So then you can run them off and get somebody else. Banana, hey, son. Steve, come in here. Everybody's sneaking in on me. Their chat's going like, well, not fast, but it is for me. I wonder if there's some way to like make that bigger. Right to sleep. Stuff ain't got no teeth. You can't make you sweat if you don't let it get a piece of you. Yeah, where's Steve? Are you in here? I watched a 12-minute video glued to the screen waiting for bubbles. And then at 9 something, around the 9-10 minute mark, he said, hey, I just got you to watch water boil. I love you, Steve. I was like, And I hope I did knock your count down just then. But that was good. That was a good one. I wish I'd have thought of that. Yeah, shovel holders. Hey, that has got to be a job description for the public works guys. It has to be. Okay? It has to be. Hey, Tim. Heard you met a big fella. Kind of tall. A little taller than me. Yes, it actually boiled. Hey, Lily, how's it going? I'm so going to start copying you. I have the strongest desire to do a whack survival video now. I don't know why. Well, like pick on Bear Grylls or something. And even though you're out here all alone and you're trying to survive, the fastest way to get to the bottom of this 50-foot cliff is to just grit your teeth and jump. Kind of deal. And even though you don't know what kind of snake this is, just grab it and bite its head off. Don't worry about the venom glands. Wait. You can make water. Pit bulls really are the high-end pit bulls are really well bred and really well behaved. They have an issue with other dogs, but a real pit bull, all the aggression towards people has been bred out of them. I actually like real pit bulls. He going to be the water boy. Hey, get them high quality H2O. We were able to salvage the peppers, and we actually ate. We've been eating off the peppers, some of them. We've been eating off the okra. The squash we could not pull back, but we were able to buy some plants and put back in there, and we'll be harvesting squash probably tomorrow. Our tomatoes pulled through. The chickens were being rather aggressive towards anything that turned vaguely orange. So that's the rest of the story behind that 5-mile fence that I tested the wrong way. They're not going in there anymore. Apparently, they don't like it either. It had the chicken on there.
Tomatoes all over it now.
Really?
Stay out.
It just took trust me, they don't want on that thing. Ooh, wait. Dadgummit, I didn't get the ground wire between the garden, but that's the tall side, right? No, I've got to get back close to that fence again. I'm turning it off this time. The end. But yeah, we were able to pull most of it back. I got my sweet potatoes in the ground a little late. I don't know if I'm gonna get any of those. I really have no clue what I'm doing. I don't know when to put the sweet potatoes in the ground. I don't know when to start the slips. Nobody grows sweet potatoes around here. I have no one to ask. I mean, it's like Uh-oh. Lily, you really got a garden? Yeah, I don't mean that disrespectful. It's just I wouldn't think that you would have a garden. And if that sounds like I'm stereotyping you, I earnestly apologize. It surprises me. You'd be, it makes you very unique. Yeah. Well, that's cool. So, like, you are legit. And I don't mean, I'm going to stop talking now. You're surprising me at every turn of the deal. Oh, why did my bell not go? Did you put a video up today? Oh, I took notes in the other video. Okay, people that are being snowflakies and crybabies about this, that, or whatever on the deal. This would be my, I don't know, umpteenth time I'm talking about this. YouTube unsubscribes you from people. You don't have any control over it. I'm still finding, been out of shape. I was unsubbed to him. I had to resub Rob Painless the other day. And I watched he come up with my suggestion. I was like, why is he? And I clicked on it and I went to his channel to see what else he'd done. And it said, subscribe. Okay. I think who else? I've been unsubscribed from SOS twice myself. People are always getting unsubscribed from my channel. Like, hey, man, I had to resub you today. That's just part of it. I need to calm down. Yeah. Think if you're going to cry about whether or not a guy that's trying to entertain, what's he got? Coming out 49, he's coming up on 50K. I mean, he's kind of busy. He can either make the videos and try to keep up with the comments, or he can try to ghost his subscription list. Limited amount of hours in a day. Yeah. Oh, okay. I gotta go watch that. I'll see y'all later. I'm just joking. I could watch it on my phone. Y'all can watch me watch Lily's vid.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You can go watch it when you're.
I can go watch it later. Wait. Dude, my giveaways, my thousands of giveaways going to be mostly from Walmart and from other people. I actually started working on it today. Man, you just got to deal with people like that. Somebody asked a question in SOS's chat about what do you do? Is there any way you can help somebody? Thank you.
Sorry.
That's fine. Is there anything you can do to help somebody who's headed downhill? And there's a little story, or kind of a jokish church thing. And I'm gonna tell it to you. And I got it jotted down so I don't blow the punchline. I probably will anyway. My timing's always off. Yes, we're American. But anyway, uh, there's a devout man, a regular churchgoer and stuff. And he's got a friend that's having a lot of trouble, and he's praying. He's saying, "Lord, uh, I need you to help my friend. He's going through all this stuff. He keeps backsliding. He's having trouble with this. He's having trouble with that. His whole world's just going downhill." And then a rope appears. And he's like, "Lord, what am I supposed to do with the rope?" And a calm, clear voice comes to him and says, "Tie off. Go down there and help him. I'll hold this in for both of you. You hold on to your faith and you help the people. That's what you do. If you're not willing to put yourself out there, if you're not willing to be the answer to your own prayer, then why are you praying?" Church is over. But that's how you do it. Do it all the time. You're going to get skint knees. You're going to get busted up elbows. But it's worth it in the long run. It's work, but it's worth it. Trying. Oh. Sorry, sister. But I'm tied off. Do you need me to come help you? I mean, that's what we're here for. That's the whole idea of, that's why I love doing the after show, because everybody that comes in here is all friends and stuff, and we help each other out. We pray for each other. We love on each other. We joke with each other. We blow each other's phones up. Dad come in. When were y'all gonna do a live stream? It's not fair. You always get to do me. I don't ever get to do it. Hey, Diggers wasn't in the other stream, and he's not in here. Is he okay? Did he tell us something last night that I missed? Which would not be unheard of. Oh, that's right. Something about oh, Cleveland. Something. Yeah. Will either streams when I'm at work or when I'm streaming, so I don't ever get to go in his live stream, or I don't get to go in very much. No, he's not in. That was what I was saying. He wasn't in the early one too, but yeah, he had said something about it. I couldn't really pay close attention last night because we were kind of sort of supposed to be having a family dinner. I would just sneak out. I jumped into I barely got the prepper chat thing open on FLP's deal and got caught. And then I got caught in Digger's chat. I just gave up on it, put the phone up, took it home. What's wrong with my accent? I suppose if I wanted to, I could try to talk English or something. Or it could be Canadian, eh? So, like, there was a moose, eh? Exactly, Sim. I don't, do I? See, people always tell me I got an accent. I don't have an accent. I talk like everybody else around here. Please. Which one, the Canadian or the other one? Canadians are jealous because, like, they gave up their rights for like stuff, eh? So we've still got like our rights, eh? And they don't like that. Exactly. That gummit. Exactly. You talk about Trey Ezel, that boy right there, he got him a Mississippi accent like you would believe. Mrs. West started, she was listed to the videos that I would listen to, so she got her little channel, and then she started listening, kind of find out she's listening to y'all's videos. She follows you people better than I do. So when y'all's little thumbs up things going up, just realize that one of them's probably her, and she's listening to your accents. She like likes it when people talk other than the way I talk, I guess. So you're cooking supper, and I'm not there. I'm not saying you should do this because you're not on the keto diet, but let's say you took 4 slices of thick, the thick sliced bacon, I mean, 4 big old thick long slices of bacon, and chop them into 1 inch pieces, and then put them in the pan and fry those up. And when they were about half cooked, then you take the squash and put in there on top of it with a few onions, just a few, because you can't have too many onions on the keto thing. A few onions, and then you saute the squash in the bacon grease with the onions, and then you put that on top of your hamburger steak. I'm just saying, it's really good.
Oh, it's not bacon.
Oh, so Thomas, when did the SHTF hit your house with the bacon? It is good. We had to come up with so many ways to put bacon in everything, and it is hard to believe that eating bacon, my cholesterol's under control. No pills. My cholesterol's under control. I'm down. Y'all guess how much I weigh right now. And if y'all been paying attention, y'all should know. Now, I've been dismissed a couple of times. Yeah, heart doctors don't know what they're doing. It's not the bacon that gets you, it's the bread. Meat heals.
245.
Trying. Where you at? I'm gonna get you. Okay, I'm gonna go with Dash. You're getting close. Rob got the closest. I now weigh the same that I did when I dropped out of high school. I weigh 175 pounds. Granted, I lost too much off my arms. I'm going to have to figure out some way to make that back up in muscle. I've still got a little bit of a belly, so it's not all the fat's not gone, but somewhere in my growing older and getting fat, I managed to lose too much muscle mass in my upper body and replaced it with fat. I got rid of the fat, and now I've lost the muscle mass. You're not that big. Yeah, adults need spankings quite often, actually. I could do that. And yeah, it's weird because when I got super busy and I didn't have time to fix my lunches or breakfast or whatever, so I was cheating and going to the uh, convenience stores or fast food places and stuff. And the bread was actually making, eating the hamburger with the bun and all that stuff. I could feel it making me lose energy. That's weird. Now I could eat a little bit, but when I replace the fats with the carbs, now when you first go into that stuff or whatever, when you first start burning the fats to replace the carbs, it tears you up. Uh, Trust me, you don't want to go into SHTF at Dayton weight because it's going to take your body a little while to acclimatize to not having all that ground up wheat and corn to eat, and rice and beans and everything else that has them in it. The store-bought bread is processed to give you the sugar rush. You go to the cafes and stuff, and they bring this bread out, and you cut it, and you put the butter on it. It's so delicious, and you just want to eat more and more and more. It's because they've rigged that bread to trigger endorphins in your brain from a sugar rush. There's so much sugar in that bread they're bringing to you, it's almost cake, and we eat it. There you go. Hey, Soul, long time no see, brother. Yeah, it's a good plan. But seriously, I lost more than my bug out bag weighed. What did I do the math at? It was 40 something pounds. Huh? Trey, you leaving? Do you have a slip? All right. Love you, cuz. Anyway, it's like 43 or 48 or some crazy number of pounds. I didn't even realize I had on me. And the biggest thing is now I can I pay for it, but I can go up and down the ladder now. burro race. Those are fun, actually. I like rye bread. Yeah, it is more expensive unless you raise your own. That's why we have 3 goats walking around my brand new barbecue pit. It's like they don't know what it's for. We were garage sailing today because that's what we do on our day off when we want to. And this lady was like, oh, I got a barbecue pit also. I was like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Went down there, we looked. And she said, just make me an offer. I just want it out of the yard. So I popped off a number, which was stupid low. And she said, okay. I said, okay, I'll come back and get it. I gave her the money. I went back and got it. But I got it set at the yard. And Shane comes in here and says, you got to go look at your new barbecue pit. So I open the door and I look out there. And Steve, the little black and white goat, is standing in the pit. Fawn, the little tan and white goat, is standing on the table on the barbecue pit, looking at Steve. And Billy he's got his back feet in my truck bed and his front feet on the table where Fawn is, and they're all looking in the pit like, what's this for? Like, it's for y'all. Y'all are gonna like that later. Now, before, chickens are not free. Chickens are like, yeah, I have pretty big compost pile. Only thing is, you got to figure out some way to keep chickens out of it. We kind of went crazy on the chickens. It was supposed to be a small operation, just enough for us, and then we fell in love with chickens, and our numbers dropped drastically, but we're still over 100. Got over 100 fowl out there. Pretty much, that's what it looked like. It was thoughtful of me, wasn't it? I gave him a jungle gym. I what? Yeah, by commercial standards, it is, I suppose. What do we have? 16 or 18 land boxes? 16 or 18 land boxes. We have enough roost for 100, and I think I figured 100. 19 boxes. We have, I put in enough roost for right at 200 birds, so they wouldn't be crowded. Our surround is 65 by 55. And we've got three isolation pins in a truck. And the automatic water we just revamped again. What we spend $100 every 2 weeks on feed, something like that. 3 weeks, 3 weeks. I mean, the eggs pay for the feed, really, but then some. And they're paying for themselves. I mean, if we had to buy all the chicken we ate around here and all the eggs we ate around here, we'd go broke. Uh-oh. Yeah, Slappy roosters turn into chicken and rice. I have a good chicken and rice recipe. Okay, L, if you're going to butcher the rooster, step one, you catch the, you can wait till nighttime and go take the rooster and put him in a small pen by himself. Just as you don't want him to get hot or stressed or anything like that. Just pick him up when it's dark. They're It's really easy to do. That's why the coons and the bobcats and the possums and skunks come in at night. You take the rooster, you put him someplace where he can't be fed. You put him in there the night before, and then you don't feed him that morning. He has water, and he has plenty to drink. You want his crop empty. And then refer to the video starring my wife, The Humane Way to Put Down a Chicken. And there you go. You just don't feed him for 16 hours before you kill them. And you just do it. The last thing you want to do is butcher a chicken with a full crop, because they actually start to pre-soak the food that's in their crop. That's where they mix it with water and stuff and get it started soaking and walk around and then slowly work it in. They basically do the same thing that cows or goats or whatever, they eat until their crop gets full. And then they find some place to chill out, and they slowly take the stuff out of their crop into their gizzard, grind it up, and then it goes to their digestive tract, and they turn it into chicken. And then chicken stuff. But that crop is on the front of their body. And when you remove the head, the yuck that's in their crop can get in what you're trying to do. It's not impossible. It's just a pain in the neck. If you don't feed them, feeding them everything that's in their crop and in their gizzard's a complete waste of money anyway. So just don't feed them. Let their system be empty. You make sure they've got water, because they'll drink the water. They'll flush themselves out for you. Thoughtful and considerate, I think. What you say? Yeah, floater roosters make more, whatever.
Oh, she was asking about fish.
Yeah. Well, if you're putting them in a bucket, I don't know. Depends on, around here we keep them alive as long as we can because of the heat. Put them in, you kill them, put them in the bucket, they're going to go bad. Places where it's cooler and stuff, you can get away with all this. Let's humanely dispatch the fish so it doesn't stress. Around here, we just put them on a chain and throw them back in the lake. And then we'll get ready to dispatch them. We dispatch them. It depends on what kind of fish it is. If you sever the spinal cord from the brain, the feelers are through. So a fowling knife, that's a small fixed blade. This would be considered a fowling knife. Just a small fixed blade. Actually have it Fowling knife right here. Yep, this is Wes. Didn't even have to leave the screen. This is a small fowling knife. It's just basically a fixed blade pocket knife. Just separate the head from the rest of the body and it's over with. It's more fancy. Keep it here so his mom don't take it away. Snapping turtles, you gotta be careful with those guys. Snapping turtles and soft shells both. It's a buoy style. My my little case is actually a fowling knife. It's a bigger one, but a fowling knife is just a small blade that's used for fish and birds. It's just a small fixed blade knife. All right, try. Have a good night. Yeah, after roosters get to a certain point, they start crowing and chasing hens. They're no longer making muscle. Okay. They're actually making mostly bone after that point. Um, chickens and rabbits and goats and sheep and cattle for that. I mean, y'all could, I wish Trey was still in. Y'all could ask Trey how much trouble cattle can get. Chipper, I mean, I know you love them, Chip, but horses are a lot of work. There's a lot more that goes in. I mean, you don't just throw them a hay once or twice a day and make sure they got water. There's a lot more to horses than that. Yeah, you need to eat those.
Perfect.
Perfect. And they're right now they'd be deliciously tender and juicy.
That's what I'm saying. Between 4 months and 6 months.
Here's the trick, El. After you harvest the bird, if you want to eat the bird for Sunday dinner, harvest the bird on Wednesday. Leave the bird in the refrigerator until Sunday. Do not immediately freeze your animal. Upon dispersion of the life force, the body starts, or the muscles, the tissues, start a process of returning to the earth. It takes time for those enzymes and this, that, and everything else to start to break down the tissue. You want to control that by keeping it cool so it can't rot, but allow the enzymes to break down the muscle tissue, thereby making the animal even more tender. All you people that are like, man, I got me a fresh steak from the grocery store today. No, that cow's about 3 weeks old. You don't want to go out and shoot a cow and try to eat it. It'd be like shoe leather. Worked at the slaughterhouse to hang in the cold room for a minimum of 4 days. If people want their beef seasoned, that means old. We hung them for 7. Bleed it out, yes. And then throw it in the fridge. Night dash. Well, yeah, but still, I mean, if you're just going to have them out there eating grass and being horses, but if you intend on working with them or riding them, using them for pack animals and blah, 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 if you intend on them being an integral part of your plan to do something other than, you need to be practiced in riding and you need the horse to be practiced in being ridden.
Chat is not working right at all.
Is it really?
About to drive me crazy. It keeps like stopping in the middle of a sentence.
Oh, the typing party was doing that to me earlier. I don't know what was going on. Trust me, we had to learn all this. I grew up doing chickens, feeding them, watering them, collecting eggs, butchering them. Oh, I didn't see it either. Could not see him. I didn't see you stepping out. Hey, Christopher, I didn't see you come in. But stay away from it 20 years and come back into it. It ain't a bicycle, that's for sure. Do I think goats, they taste delicious? Do we have enough property for the goats? No, that's on us though. That's our bad. We're not going to punish the goats for us not thinking it through. If you're that person. Now, a milk goat, if I could get a,
And if we had the bigger pen where they couldn't get to the vehicles, it would be
yeah, if we had, if we score the dirt and we can fence it to where they've got their part of the world and we've got our part of the world, it'll be better. It doesn't have to be so much. I don't mind buying them hay and stuff. I just really don't want to have to wait for them to get down off my truck to feed them. Yeah. I had that broke foot. And they're not doing it to be mean. They're just moving. You're the ones got to watch your feet. Do I have a bee house? No. I have bees in my house. Yeah. It's right over there. It's up in my attic. If we get beasts of burden again, if I can get myself a young, and I'm talking less than a yearling, genie, that I can raise up, be a part of the family, and know the rules and be okay with being what she's supposed to be. That's what I'm thinking. because a guy on horseback makes a pretty target, and horses eat more than burros, and pound for pound, your little donkey's stronger than a horse. Yeah, compact is hard. Yeah, the thing is, I'm the one paying rent to them. This winter though, Wes getting him some payback. He's gonna. I'm gonna put him in a hive. Try to. Nobody else will come do it. I already decided that this winter I'll catch one of the what do you call it? Below 30-degree days, and I'll just shimmy up there and take the hive down. Well, we got them 2-horned unicorns around here, and they're pain in the butt. I love horses, don't get me wrong. Just they poop. And if we had all 70 acres that I want, I might get a horse. But again, it would be a young one that I could raise. The rest of the story on the one we bought before, we were misled as to what she was. You could ride her. You could ride her all day long if all you used was a bridle. The second a piece of steel touched her face, it was on. The calmest, most loving horse you could ever hope to ride until metal touched. I mean, it could be the bridge of her nose, sides of her face. Didn't matter. She would go ape snot. But you put a patchy bridle on her, ride her all day long. And you can make a horse like that. A friend of mine, this horse named Pete. Good horse. No. Tried that. That Hackamore got 3 of my ribs busted. Any metal touched Daiquiri's face and she was getting rid of you. As soon as she got rid of you, she calmed down. Is anybody figuring out where this is going yet? Would you pour that out, please? Ma'am? Yes. She was trained to buck. She literally every time it happened, she would go straight back to the gate and stand by the gate. Take the Hackmore's bridle or the bit, whatever, off, and pet her a little bit, put the bridle back on, swing up on her, ride her all over the place. She made a really good pet. You could love on her. She'd come right up there. She'd nuzzle, scratch her, comb her, do all that stuff. But Coco was the same way. And he was fully functional male horse, but he was just the calmest. Night Soul. He was but they actually sent him somebody and they got all that stuff took care of. It may have just been something that triggered her. I don't know. I'm not no horse specialist. I think I just froze out. Yep. I dropped. Nope, I'm back. Anyway. Chipper 66 is the guy, y'all. Well, Daiquiri was 9 or 10 when we got her. And whatever was rooted in was rooted in. I got her for one of the kids, and I couldn't risk that. I mean, she knocked me out of a lot of work because you do not. I don't care. Chuck Norris couldn't work with busted ribs. Okay, you just can't do it because you can't breathe. Bruised, cracked, yeah, you can get over that pretty quick. But when they're broke, they're broke. I've ridden a lot of horses, and Daiquiri's the only one that ever freaked out over metal like that.
How those lazy nags at college.
Yeah, the trail horses.
Yeah, those I can deal with.
And see, you can have one of those. It's just, you just got to work with it all the time. And that's if you spend a lot of time with the horse and the horse is your friend and stuff, that's what you wind up with. It freaking hurts a lot. Prepper Madness, he ain't in here anymore, but he's breaking horses. I didn't even know they did that in Canada. An ostrich, seriously, where'd I get an ostrich? She does not like horses. I does not like giant chickens.
Nobody's going to steal it from me.
That's right. And
So see?
I ain't putting a saddle on it either.
Nobody would steal it from me.
Pick my eyeballs out and eat my brain.
Traveling buddy.
Won't you just get a T-Rex or something? Yeah. I've eaten ostrich and it tastes all right. The texture's a little off, but I don't know if you can eat that leg without grinding it up. Just, you know what we had to eat today was breakfast, like a year ago. I don't know. Actually, they have the ostrich with the, what's it called? The little cart chipper, where they put the horse on there and the horse goes prancy, 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 and the guy's riding the horse behind it. What are those things called? Yeah, those. I've seen them race ostriches with those. It's like the modern day snowflake version of the chariot. Actually, sulky racing gets people killed. You're not catching me on one. Yeah, trap. I've heard it called a trap. And I think the sulky's better than the trotter thingamajigger. Anyway, I want like a chariot, but I want a little chariot, and I want
And you can put the little knife blades on them like they do in the
right, but I want my burro to pull me in my chair.
Faster, you can take out more people.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, a horse breaks a leg or some guy gets run over and kicked in the head, stomped on, something, man. It's that stuff's crazy. The downside to the little mini horses is, like the little tiny horses, is they're like riddled with health issues. Sorry about that. No, not riding. Use them to pull a cart. A burro can carry 100 pounds, 100 to 150 pounds. Or a burro can drag all day 100 or 150 pounds, especially if you're helping it. Oh, I don't know. I guess that might work. But it's back there. It's one of my videos that's probably never going to get finished because I don't have time. I'm actually building a buggy out of old bicycles because I can. That's why. I think it has something to do with polo. That's something else I ain't gonna do either. Ride a super tall horse and run around with a little helmet on with a stick. Yeah. Good one, Chipper. Yes, kind of like that, only with a donkey. Rob, like that, only with a donkey. Or donkeys. I don't know. Donkeys and burros and stuff are pretty tough. I guess you could have a tack donkey, tack burro. Yeah, that's Chipper. He's posh as can be. We had tea with him. We had these little teeny cups, and we were like, "G'day," and all that. Well, there's that. You know, llamas are actually excellent pack animals. Just saying. But again, you've got to raise them for that. You've got to know what you're doing to raise them for that. So many people out there don't realize just exactly what kind of skill set they have that would be a benefit. Mr. 66 over here, he knows horses. I want a guy like him. Because while I may not have horses, a few months in, there's going to be a lot of horses that no longer have owners. And hopefully there'll be grass and water available. The horse can turn that into fuel, and you can turn the horse into a piece of equipment. If you've got somebody that knows horses. I don't know horses well enough to do that. I'd wind up getting the horse hurt, me hurt. I'm not an equestrian guy. Yeah, llamas, they just let them out there and let them stomp coyotes. Llamas do not like dogs. They don't like dogs, and they don't like coyotes. And, well, they just don't like them. They're not scared of them. Yep. What's that one stuff? It says, if you give it to the horse or whatever, you can't ever do whatever, something like that. Like I said, we didn't know there was alternatives. We couldn't even aid her if we had to. Yep. It says people are always like, "Oh, you can't eat a horse. It's a horse." It's a horse. It's made out of meat. You can eat it. Dog. You can't eat a dog. That's your friend.
Americans are the only ones that know
Yeah.
whatever.
A dog's a friend you can eat. The end. I love my dog. I don't want to have to eat her. Really though. She'll be way on down the list. There won't be any more beans and rice. Yeah, we're the only country that doesn't eat horse. We're the only country that doesn't eat dog on a regular basis. Honestly. Well, not the only, but one of the only. Cat, monkey, possum, raccoon. They kept peacocks. They kept peacocks for a couple of reasons. They were pretty, and you could eat them. They were like a really pretty turkey, basically. Go check out the Wooded Beardsman. There's a shout out. Seriously, go watch the Wilderness Living Challenge. You want to know what it's like to try to live out in the boonies. I was going through the list of stuff that I haven't eaten, and really, really narrow. Most of it is because they're not around here. I haven't eaten beaver yet. The animal. I haven't eaten muskrat. Not around here. I haven't eaten javelina because, well, I just don't have the money to hunt one. And the wild hogs are pushing them all out, and there's hardly any of them around anymore. I've had possum, I've had armadillo, I've had frog, I've had all kinds of fish, raccoon, porcupine, jackrabbit, cottontail, antelope, moose, elk, deer, mule deer, uh, pack rat, squirrel, ground squirrel, grasshopper, crickets on the list. Need to eat earthworms just to get that off the list. We have prairie dogs around here, but you got to be careful because after you shoot them, the fleas will jump off of them onto you and bite you, and they carry the plague. So while the plague is treatable with antibiotics, still sucks to get it. That's funny. Did y'all catch that? That's fun. Oh. Yep. That's the way it's going to be again. You either learn to eat. Here's your choices. In a total Tiawaki. In a total, let's stay home this Friday because ain't no sense in going nowhere else. Everything has to be on the menu or someone is going to be on the menu. There's only going to be so much food out there. First thing that happens, the trucks stop rolling. Grocery stores run out. Your food stores run out. The big game runs out. It's down to rats. And that's, while we can, we should really try. I don't think that eating outside of biblically clean is going to prevent us from entering into heaven. Does pretending like there's no such thing as eating biblically clean, does that make us right in assuming that there's no such thing as biblically clean anymore? No. Is it going to prevent us from eternal life? No. Is it prudent in that it was a command of God as opposed to a letter written by a man? Yes. But in that Paul himself said that I am convinced that there's nothing unclean to man, but that if all is, accepted with thanksgiving and prayer. In the apocalypse, we're going to be able to eat whatever we want to. He'd rather us eat the dog or the horse, which are both unclean, or the rabbit, which is unclean, or the hog, which is unclean, or even a cow that is sick. Unclean goes into everything. Not if you don't kill the animal right, then the animal's not clean. So unclean is impossible. Or eating stuff that's, unless you're raising it yourself, and taking it and having it done by somebody who's checked out to do it, impossible. Clean and unclean is in your spirit. If you think it's wrong, you've made it wrong. If you realize that, hey, I'm going to try it, I'm going to do my best because that's what God wants me to do, but you don't make it a precept, a dictate that you do it, because the only dictate is that you accept Christ and the truth about who he is and what he did for you. That's the main dictate now. You love God, you worship God, accept his son. That's the dictate. The other stuff is just trying to pay it back. It's honoring God. You tricked me into preaching again. No, I do not. I eat bacon. I eat rabbit. I eat squirrel. I eat whatever. Do I consume food without offering thanks? No. I do not. Hey, Gray Man. If you go in at 7-Eleven or wherever, stop and go and grab a Twinkie and a Coca-Cola and eat the Twinkie and drink the Coca-Cola without saying, God, thank you for this Twinkie and this Coca-Cola, you've sinned. That's biblical. It doesn't take quiet prayer, a silent prayer, thanking God for what you're about to eat. Takes that long in your head. It's not going to kill you. The Twinkie ain't going to get cold. No, never again. Rabbits are a pain in the butt. Talk about labor-intensive rodent. I do shoot them out of the pasture. Does that count? The rabbits out there, well, they got one more month, and then it goes September. Well, if there's on the diet and stuff, I mean, there's other options. Honestly, there is. You can go to, well, see, now you maybe put a stumbling block out there. L, it's the prayer. Lakeisha, listen to me, sister. It's the prayer. Right. But she can't let the wrong spirit dictate that she can't eat this or that, especially not after what I said about even supposedly the okay foods being unclean. Because I do not want to put a stumbling block out there. You, sister, as a born-again believer in Christ, have the power to pray over that beefsteak or that leg of lamb or whatever and make it acceptable unto the Lord to consume. You need to be aware of that. Okay? That's what I'm trying to say. That's why I call around to the different Baptist churches and ask them if they're having a meeting after church meal, and then I just go there. Because if they need to talk, okay, it's stupid. That was me. Yes, and I was whenever I get started talking, Chris brought it, and I didn't mean to disregard or miss your comment. When I get started talking about stuff like that, I go blank. I don't watch over here because I squirrel bad. I'll chase a squirrel all over the place. I think squirrels are the coolest thing. How you can just chase them around and around and around the tree. But yeah, that's the whole thing. The written law was not God's idea. That was given to Moses by his father-in-law, who was not Jewish. Moses took it and ran with it. God didn't prevent it. He allowed it. He accepted it. He used it. I'm not saying that the law is not from God. I'm just saying that the concept of it, like Israel wanting a king and then winding up with all the troubles they had with having kings. Hey, Ashley. A lot of the things that wound up being problematic for the Hebrews were not God's idea. So, you got to check the spirit. And the only reason you need to know the law is so you'll know what the spirit of the law is. I've said that 100,000 times. At least. Both the New and the Old Testament are important. Enough said. That's the way it is. And I don't profess to be a biblical scholar or anything like that. But I have fervently sought God my entire life. Well, adult life. And, well, each day a little bit more of the truth I'm made aware of. And one thing I learned a long time ago is you don't let some guy that's been that follows the doctrine of a man that may and may not have been on the right track 500 years ago. It's his letter. When you can go back to the book that he supposedly dug all his truths out of and check him to see what the truth is. The Hebrew Israelite thing is something that I'm still digging into. I still count myself a Baptist. Well, actually, I still count myself a Christian, first Christian. What? Okay. just FYI, I'll go live or something when I'm over there and let everybody know what part of the world I'm going to be in. My email's on my main channel. Okay. Yeah, and I actually researching what Christian means. I really don't want the tag. It was given to us as an insult, as a derogatory term. It wasn't. The original followers of Christ didn't want to be called Christians. It wasn't. They weren't trying to start a new religion. They were trying to follow through and fulfill the promises of their religion. So I'm just telling you, I still don't know what the whole truth is. I know what the basis for the whole truth is. There's one God. His son's name is Yeshua. Later, Frank. Who said what? Oh. I'm a Baptist. I'm a licensed Baptist minister. I was actually baptized into the disciples of Christ. Ordained as a deacon in Baptist church. In the Baptist church, licensed as a minister in the Baptist church. Because I like the piano, okay? Yeah. They allow Baptists in Great Britain? I was reading Elle's comment first. She made that thing pop on me. Dang, West Wind. How we goes? How's it going, Navy? But religion, smeligion. My religion is my faith, so I try not to separate the two. I really like doing the Passover, breaking of bread together in remembrance. They call it communion. The churches call it communion. I really like doing that the way it was meant to be done. We're not going into that here. But it was never meant to be a ritual. It was meant to be a way of life. So. But the human animal craves ritual because that allows them to justify or feel like they've done what is necessary under their own power and their own authority to rectify a bad situation which they may or may not have created. You're welcome. The Sadducees and the Pharisees and the Levites and all them kind of people had already turned the Jewish faith into a Jewish religion, which was divided into I'm not gonna lie, because I can't remember the number, but into several different sects. There was more sects of the Jewish religion than there was or is of the Muslim religion. And the one that resided around Nazareth were not thought of well at all. They were hippies. They were not thought of well by the rest of the Jews. You know that? That's why Jesus of Nazareth? Is there anything good that comes from Nazareth? Even the people that heard what he said, he was talking the truth, still we're trying to figure out some worldly reason to make it not so. Okay, Lily, have a good one. We don't always go all off on this. Not always, just sometimes. It seems like. Hey, get off here and go watch a video. Yeah, it's hard to. Because that's what happens to a lot of people. They realize, oh, there is a God. Oh, there is a God. Oh, I did all this stuff that he doesn't like. What do I do? And that's when that other guy shows up and he starts putting all that crap in your ear and stuff. It's a chore. He'll actually try to distract you with things that you have going on that you probably shouldn't be doing. And he'll make you focus on getting rid of those. When it's not so much spending all your time and energy trying to get to stop. I've got to get the don'ts right. I've got to get the don'ts right. I've got to get the don'ts right. Did you know if you get the do's right, the don'ts take care of themselves? It's just automatic. If you earnestly within your spirit, your soul, your essence, if your desire becomes that of doing the right things, then the wrong things will flee. Let the desires of God become yours, and the Father will give you the desires of your heart. I paraphrase that really bad because I've read it in so many different translations. It says the same thing every time. When you make the desires of God your desires, then God will give you the desires of your heart. That's the disclaimer.
After you said you don't always used to talk like this, it's always yes, you do.
Somebody always asks something out in the side chat, and y'all triggered me. Y'all trigger me, man. Where's my safety pin? Christopher. Yeah, that's the one. And that falls back what I mean, that's what the law was about. The laws of Moses. That's why he had them written down. And so everybody would know the kind of way you treated each other if you loved them. You're not going to borrow somebody's mule and work it to death and try to leave them with a dead mule if you love them. You're not going to do that. Um, you're not going to, your husband and one of his coworkers get into it and they're duking it out over there. You're not going to run up and grab your husband's coworker and try to injure him permanently if you love him. What? Your comfort machete? I mean, you've got to, and that's where it gets complicated when you start trying to coexist. Is you have, I believe that the reason I do good things is not because I'm a good person. I believe the reason I do good things is because a good man died for me. Had that good man never died for me, I wouldn't do good things. I know I wouldn't. Yeah. Right now I have a comfort my wife's keys. Um, what?
Ashley asked, where's that social comfort zone? So
I'm towing her.
Jake's trying to grab it.
It's going to be delicious. If my dog knows when I've had a bad day, and if I've had a good day, she'll go to the front of my truck and she'll lay down and she'll wait for me to get out of the truck and she'll act like I'm not even there. I can see her looking, trying to look anywhere but where I'm at. And then I'll walk up to her, and when I get right there, she'll jump up and start playing with it. And I pet her and love on her, find something to throw, and she chases it, and she's a retard. But it's like she can feel me coming down the driveway when I've had a rough, hard day. As soon as my door opens, her head comes in the truck, and she puts her head in my lap. And until I feel better, she won't let me out of the truck. And yes, if it comes down to it, I'm going to eat her. But that dog is so much like my old one. It's not even funny. I love Sadie to pieces. Hey, Groot. God bless you too. Where you got chihuahuas or something?
How?
Where's
Walker now?
oh well, okay then. Theirs is like no, we don't want that dog.
Got people.
Oh, you do realize that those require a lot of let's go kill stuff, huh? Or playtime. Yep. Yep. Every one of us is broken head. I used to want a beagle until I found out just exactly how spastic they are, and I'm not interested anymore. Y'all have to excuse me. I have burned up every cigarette on my desk. Clear up back. Oh, this is me walking away. Can't let everybody else do that without me ever doing it anymore. If I don't ever do it, it's no longer my signature move. That's it. I was going to show y'all something a while ago. I forgot what it was. Oh, I started yakking about other stuff. I had somebody bring me coffee and we'll get coffee. Actually, took a minute to get ready for this before whatever. How long? I've been on here like forever. That are a bad influence. I keep telling myself I'm going to limit this thing to like an hour. What's that? Oh, yeah, I'm not there. I'm invisible. Oh, wait, there I am. You like my shirt? I like my shirt. Yes. He's like your atypical American. Do what's right because it's right. Super strong. Can really chunk a frisbee. I have to bite my tongue now on the German Shepherd thing. No. Yeah, Catahoula will be the only animal I'll. Catahoula or a cur. That's it. All right, Rob. Love you. Reasons. Just cause. Okay? Reasons. Give him a hug. I don't like German Shepherds. No, if you want one, that's fine. I'm just not going to have one. And we can't have them around livestock anyway. They've been reconditioned outside their intended purpose.
Excited how you are.
Yeah. Captain, when I was younger, trust me, I used to be the 90-pound weakling. I know I used to. There's some things apparently you can forget, like comic books. Spider-Man, Superman, Captain America, G.I. Joe. I really wasn't that into Superman because he was like, he could do everything, and he was like, you know, when you're indestructible, it's not that big a deal if you can do everything. If you're not risking yourself, then you're not a hero. You're just a guy who can do anything. Batman is a jerk, but Batman is a hero because he risks himself to do the things he can do. Um, a lot of your lesser superheroes in the comic books and stuff were actually way more impressive to me because they had to risk themselves to accomplish their goal of being a hero. Iron Man, um, the Shazam, Green Lantern, um, oh, y'all catch it there. Yeah, like beagles, most of your hound dogs, your hunting dogs and stuff. Dadgummit, what are the black things called? Anyway, you can't have them around chickens. It's in their nature to desire to eat them, chase them, injure them. I know a lot of people that started keeping the Great Danes until they found out that, not Great Danes, Saint Bernards. Saint Bernards, they won't kill your livestock. They go and kill the neighbor's livestock. Actually, quite a problem. Great Pyrenees, I don't know. I actually had a friend of mine who had to get rid of his Pyrenees because she did go to feeding the fowl. Yeah, there's a lot, pit bulls around here. If you get one, he's just as liable to eat your baby. I mean, literally. I mean, these things are, they they want the one that barks and growls and snaps and tries to rip people's heads off. They breed him with the female that does the same thing. They completely ruined pit bulls in this part of the world. Here, pit bulls are bad, and I love pit bulls, but you you could not, yeah, you could not give me one.
Types of people we have here that they feel fighting dogs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if I had the money to throw down for a high-end pit bull, I might consider it. But still, you've got to worry about how they'll be raised. You have to teach them what they could and couldn't do around livestock. The American Pit Bull was not a nanny dog. The Bull Terrier, from whence the pit was bred, I believe. Pit bulls were bred for putting in the pit and fighting. That's why they were very careful to breed any human aggression out of the breed. They were never meant to be guard dogs or attack dogs because of the way they were. You know, a pit bull is not going to attack a herd of people. Pit bull is going to go to one person and latch on and keep biting that person even after they're dead. I mean, they're useless in a fight. Mastiff, on the other hand, pretty good deal. But the pit bull, I'd have to look this up. I'm not a pit bull specialist. But the bull terriers are a lot different attitude. They got a way better attitude than a lot of people give them. Yeah, they don't do the cold too good. I know that. Huskies are not meant for this part of the world either. Down here, you want a Catahoula or a cur, or a red bone or black and tan, depending on what you want to do with the dog. Pyrenees, they've been bred around here long enough to where they actually shed their winter coat pretty quick, so they do all right. Hey, Redneck Rubber. I've never had a Ridgeback, so I don't know. Yeah, I got no horse in that race. I don't have a clue. I've had what was Trooper? Jack Russell. Yeah, the best ratting dog ever.
They are so flippin' hyper.
Hyper. I didn't say they were good dogs for. We couldn't have one out here right now. He'd kill every baby chicken we had. But Jack Russell's, if you got a rat problem, there you go. You don't got a rat problem anymore. Well, we as everyone, and we as doing good. Yes, but again, they're a very strong breed. Dog breeds have attitudes, and not every breed of dog is for every kind of person. You have to be, for some breeds, you have to be an assertive person. You don't have to be mean to any breed of dog, but some breeds require a more assertive person than others. I think they're beautiful dogs, but I don't know anything about them. Uh, Rottweilers, excellent guard dogs. Past that, I don't know that they have use. Great Danes, most of those are the biggest goofballs ever. It's like, I don't know what they're supposed to be for. Um, most of them are just big pups. Uh, Boxers are just airheads. Well, you gotta love them, and they can be smart, but they have to want to be. Um, Other dogs I know something about. The Andalusian Shepherd, I kind of like those. I haven't owned one, but I've been around one, and she was a pretty good dog. Yeah, Great Day. I don't know what they were originally bred for, but they have been so refined. There's not much of anything. Back from San Antonio, I saw a Great Dane Pit Bull cross. That dog was scary looking.
Cowards and meth heads. Nice.
There you go. That's like, that would be a good use for them. Oh yeah, that's right. So are standard. You want to talk about a mean dog? A seriously scary dog. A dog that scares me even more than an ill-behaved German Shepherd. Standard poodle. Your standard poodle is a frightful beast. Those things were also bred for hunting. Those things are mean. And they look funny. The poodle haircut that you see on all these little purse dogs was designed to keep the animal alive swimming in frigid water. Standard poodles are wicked animals. They're not like, oh, it's so cute and fluffy. Ow. They're nothing like the little ones. No, I hadn't got to get over there yet. Been live streaming. Well, we ran around all day doing stuff, and then we got in live streaming. That's been about it. They're cool dogs, aren't they, Westwind? I mean, they're flipping huge. What are those things? 65 pounds? 65, 75? They're not little dogs.
Cows are mean.
Chows are mean for the most
That's
part.
one dog I don't ever want to get beat.
Yeah, we're standard poodles. Little poodles are annoying. Actually, I don't know. I like dogs. I'm a dog guy, okay? I'm a dog and a cat guy. I like animals. You can trust animals. They're going to be animals. That's the one thing I can tell you about an animal. Is an animal is going to be an animal.
hard on his baby.
Yeah, we got a no chow rule. Actually, all of our kids.
Any dog would bite Sean.
Oh yeah,
Because he aggravates so
Sean and I probably had it coming, but still, all of our children have facial scars from chow, so we don't like chows that much. Yeah, but that's the deal. The chow is loyal to the owner. The kid that doesn't,
somebody's house that owns one.
yeah, the kid that doesn't live there, they have no authority, and the chow will put them in their place. Once.
What was that lassie dog we had?
The collie.
Ollie, that one. I don't like that one either.
Well, you liked her, but
I liked her until she ate her babies.
eat her baby. That was pretty much the end of it. But that's another dog that's been inbred until they're like, I don't know. If a collie could play banjo music, trust me, they would. And you just see Lassie sitting up on the porch somewhere now going, follow me. Billy fell down in the well. Do you have a banjo, L? I gotta know, Lakeisha. Play me some banjo. Play me some chords. I don't trust llamas, man. They're always looking at you off the side of their head. You're doing all this. Yeah. I could spit in your eye and stomp you to death. Yeah, something like that. You watch too much Disney, Jay. Llamas and camels. You ain't gonna catch no camels on my dirt either. Them things are disgusting. And dangerous. Yeah, I mean, why have an animal that you've got to make sure it's scared of you? I don't even know how there's wild camels in existence because wild camels will actually, uh, what do they call them? If a group of males camels find a female camel, they will literally rape her to death. I mean, no. Does he have a channel, Gray Man, or is he just some definitely group? Does he have a channel, or is it somebody we can go over there and visit, or is he just one of these I have a channel name guys? Chimps are the only animal proven scientifically through research and observation to commit premeditated murder within their own troop. Y'all know that? Yep. Muscle structure on a chimp, what is it? A full-grown chimp could outlive Lou Ferrigno in his heyday. A full-grown chimp could rip Lou Ferrigno's arm off. The muscle structure on a chimpanzee is completely different than of a human, and they're stronger than we are. Yes, they do. You got to be super careful at the monkey part of the zoo. Yes, you do. But honestly, the more you get onto him, the happier he is. Trolls want negative feedback. There you go. What are you doing? Ain't you got like a bedtime, Lily? Yes, I'm still here because I don't have a life, okay? This is it. But in that, she reminded me that it's almost midnight, or close enough for me. And I am starving to death, so now I've got to find something to eat and then stay awake for another hour.
You need some salmon.
I can eat some salmon. Brought me some smoked salmon right here. Yeah, did you see the one where the one chimp, I think she was like second or third in the hierarchy, her baby died. She carried it around for 3 days, and then when she realized it was dead, and when it finally dawned on her that, hey, this baby's dead, she would look at the other mothers that still had their babies and stare at them and watch. And if every time the young chimp mothers would step away from their baby for half a second, she would go over there, get it, bam, kill it, and then leave it. And the other chimps didn't know what to do. But this female chimp was waiting for an opportunity to, and I think she did 2 or 3 times before she went back. She wound up pregnant and had another baby, and she stopped. But they watched her watching the other chimps, and the chimps knew what she was doing, so they would try. And that's all it took was a split second, and she was told a baby. That's when they proved that chimpanzees had the ability to premeditate and act on murder just for the sake of killing another chimpanzee for no other reason than they, had true emotion, which is scary. Something like that. Brian, love you, brother, but and as long as y'all want to stay in the chat, y'all can, but I gotta get out of here. How you doing? Still holding up? Y'all getting any rest yet, or y'all still? Oh, okay. You can do this. God's there. He's got your back, and your front, and your sides. He's got all of you. Let him get you through it. That's all you can do. Doesn't make it. I know I don't. It's not. Life's never going to be easy. It wasn't supposed to be. If it was easy, we wouldn't need God. He knew that. Love you, brother. It's my live stream. I can do this if I want to. We're going to pray now. Heavenly Father, most gracious and high God, I lift you up in a non-Baptist minister way, but as a faithful believer in your word and your truth and your existence and your creation. I pray to you through your Son. I ask you, Jesus, Yeshua, to lift our prayer up to our Father, that you would send comfort to those who need the comfort, that you would send guidance and truth and understanding to those that need it, that you would give us the strength, the patience, the love, the tenderheartedness, the kindness that we need to walk in your light, that you would give us the things that we need to draw closer to you, that you would make us the beacons of light and decency and love that you want us to be. Lord, we pray that you give us the strength, the wisdom, and the passion to praise you in our life. Yah, you are our God. You are the God. We offer ourselves to you, and we thank you for everything you've given us and that you will give us. Amen. God bless y'all. Y'all stay alive and don't die. Okay? I love you.